Okay, welcome to my channel. This is going to be my first video. For my first Let's Play, we're going to do Total War Warhammer 2. We're going to focus on strategy games. This is one of my favorites. And we're going to do the Eye of the Vortex campaign, which I've never actually beaten yet.
I am Tyrion, heir of Anarion.
And we're going to go with the High Elves, but not Tyrion, because he's too easy. We're going to go
Teclis, Loremaster of Hoeth.
Teclis, the mage hero. And I'm going to set the battle difficulty to hard, but keep the campaign difficulty as normal because, I don't know, I've had problems in the past with enemy factions getting their ritual resources too quickly. So we'll see if I can handle this. Let's just check the settings here. Alright. So we're going to start the campaign.
Who are the Asur? An enigma to men and dwarfs, who know them as High Elves. At the center of the great ocean lies Ulthuan, a paradise created by the Old Ones. But when the stellar gates collapsed, demons flooded the mortal plane. All was lost until Anarion the Defender strode forth. The first Phoenix King vanquished the demons with the aid of the Archmage Calador Dragontamer. It was Calador and his elven mages who created the Great Vortex. A swirling maelstrom that siphoned the excess magic, withering demonkind. With the world purged of chaos, the elves took it upon themselves to become guardians and stewards. The twin-tailed comet is oft seen as an omen. But this time, its wake brought great peril.
The dragon with two tails flies lower than before. Its trail disturbs the vortex.
I have felt a change in the winds of magic.
Then write it, brother. Lead the mages of Safari. Bring all in the White Tower to bear if you must.
Such lore is currently beyond us.
I suggest a scrying ritual in the Pool of Isha. It may provide us with the answer.
Such a ritual requires fragments of fallen waystones. Far more than we have.
Then we find more. Make ready your ritual, Loremaster Talarian. You will have your fragments.
I shall start the search in Lustria.
Lustria?
My brother will search here, in Ulthuan.
Why do you care so much about the greater world?
Why do you not? Stay here, brother. Protect Ulthuan. But I venture beyond our borders.
And while you meddle in far-flung continents, I will ensure you have a home to return to.
Alright, so that was Teclis and Tyrion. Tyrion the angry brother and Teclis the not so angry one. So we're going to Lustria to look for these waystone fragments. Which to get, apparently we have to conquer a bunch of people. So that'll be fun.
Sons of Ulthuan, pupils of Hoeth, we do not come upon this place lightly. The world is in dire peril, and it falls to us once more to save it. The Great Vortex is vulnerable, and those of dark intent would seek to draw its power for themselves. This cannot come to pass. By gathering way fragments scattered across the world during the events of the Sundering, we may gain means to avert the collapse of the Vortex. This search takes us far from home, to the rich jungles of the lizards. The inhabitants of Lustria may resist our intrusion, but our cause must prevail. The Vortex must be secured, lest the world drown in a tide of chaos.
Alright, so for those who have not played the High Elves in this game, the High Elves have a special resource called Influence, which you get with random events that pop up, and this influence is used to recruit more powerful heroes and lords, because if we look at these lords we can recruit right now, they're all going to have this negative effect, like higher upkeep, lower leadership, while to get these lords with better traits, like this, let's see if we have any good ones here. Alright, let's go here. So if we want this Ardent trait with the negative 30 upkeep for certain units and increased range for ranged units, that costs 60 influence. Influence can also be spent to increase or decrease other factions' opinions of you.
The Lizardmen move in number, re-entering ruined cities in their search for magical artifacts. They must seek some machination regarding the Vortex. It is imperative that we act first. The servants of the Old Ones would sink all of Ulthuan if it served their purpose.
Okay, so our first enemy that we start at war with is the Lizardmen faction, the Sentinels of Zeti. They have this golden ziggurat settlement that's in the Turtle Isles, which is our starting province. And they have a couple of provinces here on the mainland as well. However, these desert ones are not inhabitable by the elves, so it's not going to do us much good to take them. This Sentinels of Zeti we're going to take because it's part of this province with the Chamber of Visions that has this ritual resource site, which will get us more waystone fragments per turn. But we're going to leave these two alone. We're probably going to end up allying with these Tomb Kings here, who can take these settlements. These are the what's this faction again called? The Court of Libaris. When I've tried this campaign before, they've been pretty willing to ally with me after a bit, so we'll see how that goes. Alright, so before we get started with this, let's take a look at our starting position. So our starting province is the Turtle Isles. We only have one city here.
Behold, elven beauty.
The Mud Isles down here is a ruin. And we're eventually going to colonize this and build it up, but because that's going to take troops if I use Teclis' army, I'm probably going to use a different lord after a bit. My first move has to be to take this golden ziggurat city, and once I do that, I can send a new lord down here to colonize. And then I'm going to head to the mainland and siege down the Sentinels of Zeti before I get the Chamber of Vision. So that should be a good strategy to get started in this campaign, and hopefully I'll finish all of that in this video. Let's take a look at the army I start with.
Yes.
Alright, so we start with Teclis himself, and let's take a look at his details. He's got good leadership. He has pretty pitiful armor right here. He's not that fast. Basically, he has terrible stats right now, but he's a mage, so it's to be expected. Let's take a look at his skills. Wait, first let's look at this trait, Preeminent Mage. He has Winds of Magic Power Reserve plus 30 and a bound spell, which is Fireball. So let's take a look. We have the normal campaign traits down here, which are always very useful, especially going for Lightning Strike, Quartermaster, and Elven Healing. This casualty replenishment is even better than some factions like the Lizardmen Lords only get casualty replenishment, but this one gets casualty replenishment plus attrition. So that's good. We definitely want Renowned and Feared. And when I have a Mage Legendary Lord, I always don't really know whether I should go for the spells first or go for these army improvement skills first. But because Teclis has these two two trees that are basically all... Well, this one's all passive abilities. You have Shield of Safari. This looks like a fairly good... Huh. Active if casted. This looks like a fairly good tree. Let's look at the spells we get. We can get Flock of Doom. I think we actually start with Flock of Doom. I don't really like this spell that much. It does damage to combatants and it's okay versus infantry, but it doesn't do a whole lot, so we're probably not going to get 2 points in this. The Enfeebling Foe is a 44-second hex that gives decreased melee attack and defense. It's pretty good. We all know the Net of Amintok. It's an excellent spell, definitely taking that. Flaming Sword of Ruin, I've never actually used this. Looks like this can actually be applied, that this enchantment can be applied to missile troops and giving them increased missile damage with magical and fire damage, so that might be good for some of our units, like the Lothern Sea Guards maybe. Chain Lightning is pretty unreliable. I might take it for damage. Regrowth is good for healing. This Flames of the Phoenix is a wind spell that is probably going to be really good. It replaces your Fireball. Probably going to get this mount in rank 13. These quest rewards. The War Crown of Safari is going to let us recruit mages from all provinces and give us an extra mage, so that's really good. It'll give us a ward save, more Winds of Magic, a cooldown for spells. That's really good. It's good. It's one of the better quest items I've seen. The Sword of Teclis. Huh. Gives you armor-piercing melee damage. A little bit of melee defense. Melee defense is never going to be great. 20% missile resistance. It's a magical attack. Decreases the Winds of Magic cost for Chain Lightning. Decreases upkeep for the Lord Army. That's really good. And you can use this Sword of Teclis augment that gives you plus 60% weapon damage, which still doesn't put him at the same weapon strength as some of the more melee-oriented lords. Gives you more melee attacks, you're more likely to hit, and increases your armor-piercing damage. Okay, so this is pretty good, and in the worst-case scenario, it could allow us to compete in melee with some lords, but we're gonna probably not intentionally be doing that. Alright, so I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start with the campaign skills like I usually do. And then I'm going to go into this first magic tree here to try to get the Net of Amintok, the Enfeebling Foe, and maybe Flaming Sword of Ruin. Chain Lightning, there's 1 point in it, and we have the Sword of Teclis that decreases its cost, so we'll get Chain Lightning. Let's take a look at this tree up here first. We're obviously going to get this for the miscast chance reduced and Winds of Power. Evasion is pretty good. You can get it on every mage. This gives you a little bit of extra survivability. Power Drain is good. Arcane Conduit is an active ability that lets you improve your recharge rate of power. Glamour of Hoth. This isn't standard. This gives you 10 melee defense, 10% physical resistance, and it gives you this passive ability, which increases leadership and charge resistance. Okay, for everything within 55 meters. Master of the Order. Ooh, this looks pretty good. Gives you a high hero, an extra 5% for mages and Loremasters of Hoeth for hero action success. Reduces cost, and it gives more ward save for mages and Loremasters. So I really like mages a lot, so this will be helpful. Here we have the Ward of Hoeth and the Ward of Loic, the standard magic and missile resist skills. So we're going to go with this. These army augment skills, if this campaign gets pretty late, I might pick some up eventually, but there's so much stuff Teclis gets that I feel like these are going to have to be left in the dust. So we start with one unit of Swordmasters of Hoeth, which is a really great infantry unit. These guys are shielded. They have 90 armor, which is decent. They have 100 models. They're not super fast. They're not very defensive. They don't get much of a charge bonus, but these guys are anti-infantry. They're armor piercing. They deflect shots with their great swords. It's pretty cool. And these guys get martial prowess, which means that before their hit points go under 50%, they get 12 extra melee defense, bringing them up to 48, and 2 melee attack, bringing them to 48 as well. So they're pretty good. With the standard spearmen, which obviously are no Loremasters of Hoeth, they have a little more defense starting out, but they do get this martial prowess, which gives them the extra defense. So these guys actually start with about 50 defense before they get done low, which is really good. The main reason spearmen are nice is because they have this anti-large and shielded, which means that they have the chance of blocking the missiles, but the armor for spearmen is pretty pitiful, especially when we're fighting these Lizardmen with their high damage Saurus maces. These guys aren't going to do super well. Archers, these guys have 60 leadership, not great. They have really high range, 24 ammunition. Their missile damage is 20, with armor piercing 3 of that. It's not that great. I'm probably going to replace these guys with Lothern Sea Guards as soon as they become available. We also have a Frostheart Phoenix. This is a monster that is armored at 80 armor, which is okay. It's armor piercing. Its damage actually mostly armor piercing. That's pretty good. So this Phoenix is going to be good for taking down heavily armored targets that aren't wearing spears, obviously. It's an okay charge bonus. The one thing that this Frostheart Phoenix doesn't get, that the Fire Phoenixes get, is the bombing ability, which really helps in the beginning of the Tyrian campaign. Let's see what we get. Causes fear, which is good. Causes terror, which is better. This thing has 12 damage resistant if mana is above 50%. And it has a blizzard aura, 30 meters, that decreases the melee attack and armor piercing damage. So this makes enemies worse at hitting, do less damage to armored units. So putting this guy together with Swordmasters who already have high armor is going to be pretty good. Let's see what I can recruit. Just spearmen and archers. I'm going to go ahead and build this rally field. I have a quest for it, and it's also going to give me the Lothern Sea Guards, which are one of my favorite units in the game.
Teclis, High Loremaster.
And I'm not I don't remember if they start with an army there, the Sentinels of Zeddy. I'm going to go ahead and bring Teclis over here.
Wisdom leads me.
Let's go ahead and recruit 1 archer and 2 more spearmen for now. Alright. first turn. Let's see what happens. Looks like they raised that settlement instead of capturing it.
Ready.
They have one more turn on this.
My infinite knowledge is yours.
So here's the question.
For the king!
Am I going to be able to attack this and win?
Feel my power!
Oh yeah, it looks like it. So,
Kill them.
this balance of power is ridiculous. I might... But I'm going to go ahead and fight this just so I can test out the Swordmasters of Hoth and the Frostheart
calls
Phoenix.
me.
Normally I would not fight when auto-resolve will give me almost no losses like that. But we're going to try this out. This is the first battle in this video. Alright, so the enemy has some skink cohorts and some Saurus warriors without shields. So this is going to be a really easy fight. Don't want to get myself.
It will be done. Archers.
My archers in the back.
Orders received.
Alright. And I'm going to have the Swordmasters of Hoth front and center.
Swordmaster of Hoeth.
They don't have a great formation. Or they don't have enough to have a great formation. So I'm going to put these guys a little bit
Spearmen.
deep, not as spread out as I can. Alright, here, I'm just going to do it this way.
Orders received.
This, I'm going to group all my infantry like this. The Phoenix is here.
Teclis!
Teclis, I'm going to have you coming up here.
Archers.
These archers, they don't have to be thin. They can be like this. I'm going to move these spearmen back, actually, to protect the archers. I'm going to go ahead and call this my formation.
Chosen of Hoeth!
Alright, we're going to see where this takes us. Alright, so they actually are pretty spread out. I'm going to have my guys just charge and start attacking. Because why not? And look at this, the archers are already doing a ton of work on these skinks. As to be expected, the skinks aren't really great at anything. As far as avoiding damage goes, they're pretty good scout units. Send these guys out here. Alright, the Swordmasters of Hoth. I want to see how you guys do, so I'm going to have you guys actually go around. Or is it too late? You're already in melee. Okay. Frostheart Phoenix over here. Let's see what spells Teclis does. Right. He starts with the Enfeebling Foe, so let's go ahead and give that Lord a bit of that.
Hear me. Without question. For the king.
Awaiting orders!
Teclis also has this Flock of Doom. Can't overcast it yet. Let's try this here. See what this looks like. I love his Elvish chanting when he does that. He casts spells. Yeah, that did almost nothing perceptibly. So now let's try Fireball. We're gonna test it on the Saurus Spears again. Here it comes. And it missed. Okay. This Phoenix is making short work over here of these skinks. 30 killed, it's pretty good. And obviously these Saurus Spears are not going to be doing much. Are the Swordmasters doing? Yeah, these Swordmasters are going to be our MVP, at least in the early game. At least as far as infantry goes. Alright, that was a really unexpected result given the balance of power at the beginning. How many did I lose? I lost 53, which, I mean, given the source's stats, I'm not surprised I lost a couple. Alright.
I foresaw this victory. Sack this place.
Is sacking it or is looting it worth it? I don't think so for that little amount of gold. I'm just
The
gonna occupy
Asur
it.
lay their claim. Behold, my power.
Alright, so that gives us with one missile, or one mission. Accomplished. And our other mission is just to build this rally field, which is done at the end of the turn. This next mission is jungle dominance. I should control one province, which is going to be colonizing these mud isles here.
There is no limit to my power.
So Teclis leveled up. Like I said, I'm going to go with the... do I want to go with the Root Marcher, or do I want to get him something that he can really do well magically? I really don't like Flocko Doom. I feel bad putting a point into it. I'm going to go with the Root Marcher at first. Settlement upgrade is available, so let's see. Typically in these settlements I like to build, I just got done playing a Lizardmen campaign, and I always built the economic building, the walls, and the public order building. But let's... These Elven Fairgrounds don't give as much as the Croxigor Labor District does, but they give us tradable resources. I'm gonna go ahead with the let's see what we have here. Shrine of the Surian, Temple of the Surian. We do want these Phoenix Guard because these are far and away the best infantry in the game. Never actually used chariot units. I might have to try that. We do want some Eco Claw bolts or ASAP. I'm not going to build military buildings here. Let's go with the money. I'll upgrade the settlement as well.
Master of the White Tower.
Right. So I'm gonna go ahead and recruit one of these sort of bad lords for the sole reason of colonizing settlements and traveling around the map to collect these shipwrecks. So we'll do this
Guardian of the Phoenix Crown.
with this
Defender
squishy
of the
prince. I'm gonna send them down to the Mud Isles first. These guys aren't doing anything with sentinels. Alright, so that rally field unlocked our first military advancement tree. In this tree we have spearmen technologies, Lothern Sea Guard technologies, which we're definitely going to go for. Some cavalry for the Illyrian Reavers, which are a really great vanguard deployment unit. Some archery and some speed for our spearmen, archers, Lothern Sea Guards. Alright, so we're probably going to go with this, the naval discipline, the light cavalry, the archery first. Alright, so I have this lord, Amon, who's squishy.
For the Ever Queen!
To the Mud Isles. What am I going to do here?
Mage.
Alright. I've never really thought these archers with light armor were worth it during the campaign because they cost 20 gold more, and the only thing they have is a little bit of extra defense and armor. We can have the Lothern Sea Guards instead. So I'm gonna just recruit a bunch of these, and I might even disband some of my spearmen. This one that's taken damage, I'm gonna disband.
Orders?
I'll keep 2 spearmen for flanks, but these Lothern Sea Guards are pretty good, even as
Wisdom
frontliners,
awaits.
because they, let's pin the spearmen and compare the Sea Guards. They're pretty much the superiors to the spearmen in everything but hit points and melee defense. These guys have stronger spears, they're faster, they have a little more melee attack, but they can also shoot bows at the enemy. Alright, they also don't have shields, but there is a shielded version that we unlock later. So I'm gonna go pretty heavy on the Lothern Sea Guards,
Teclis, High Loremasters.
especially early game. Alright. And as so, we go for this naval discipline technology first to get some more leadership and defense for the Sea Guard. That +5 defense almost brings them up to base spearman levels, which is great.
Your bidding. To war!
Let's do this. Do I have a quest to treasure hunt? I don't think so. I'm just going to colonize it.
Protector of Ulthuan.
That'll give us this quest reward. Away fragments, influence, and treasury. Now we can issue a commandment. So we'll go to that right in just a second. Our corruption's fine now, we don't need this. Do I want to take this to get some more Sea Guards? Typically I like to do the growth one in the beginning. And I think that's what I'm going to do.
Command me.
Ready.
My funds aren't looking wonderful. Let's get 3 more sea... 2 more Sea Guards. That's what I can afford. And that's with this Elven Craftsman. Alright. Alright, so it's asking me to build a hero building. Let's take a look at the buildings. So our hero buildings are this archive, which upgrades to the Grand Repository, and the Elven Gardens. Nobles. Nobles seem to be the general attacking heroes, and they're definitely going to need one because of this replenished troops ability they have when they're embedded in the army. As Teclis, I'm obviously going to want to have mages since I have some skills that benefit all mages. I like Shadow because of their pendulum spell. They have Heaven's mages, which are obviously really good. Heavens is one of the best lores in the game. Life is good for healing, so I'll probably go with Shadow's, Heavens, and Life. These Loremasters. So I'm going to go with this archive first. I can build the Elven Gardens in this Sentinels of Zeti once I capture it.
I hear the Widowmaker.
Do I want to do a watchtower yet? I'm gonna go with this plaza to get a bit of public order.
My infinite knowledge is yours.
And I think with this army I can... I don't know if I can win a siege against these guys. I might be able to capture the Chamber of Visions.
Master of the White Tower.
All set. Prince.
Oh, that's a nice item. Don't want to keep it on this shitty lord, but give it to a noble when I recruit a noble for this guy.
Ancient power flows through the ruins of Lustria. I can sense it. Let us seek out way fragments in these places.
Negative growth.
They will be needed if Loremaster Talarian is to set right the winds of magic.
Alright, so let's look at the world map. I'm gonna send my ship down this way to scout for ruins.
Guardian of the Phoenix Crown.
Flanking speed. What I'm really looking for is a skull reef. Is this a skull reef? No, because those give a lot of gold always. Chamber of Visions is held by which faction? The Blood Elf Coven.
Lord.
These malevolent lords. They don't like us very much. I mean, obviously. So yeah, let's get these guys over there and declare
My
war.
infinite knowledge is yours. The gods guide me.
Yeah, I don't think we're gonna have a great time trying to siege this place down with just this small army. I have to increase the economy here before I can do that, so I can at least field a decent full stack.
Orders?
It should be easier though.
Master of cruelty.
Rival power comes to parley, demanding a change in your mutual relations.
And High Queen
Consider
Kalida
their
is
offer
friendly with us. No reason not to do that. Oh, he's gonna attack me. Can I win? So level 1 Slan Mage Priest. They have a lot of skink cohorts, which are pretty garbage units, in my opinion. But he has all these skink skirmishers that have poison attacks, which is not gonna work, which is not gonna float well with my infantry. I think I'm gonna retreat. If they want to come after me again, that's their prerogative. No, they're gonna go back. If I could get him in an ambush, that would be nice. Alright, so there's an Elven faction down here, the Citadel of Dusk,
Defender of the Phoenix Throne.
which I need to sign a non-aggression pact with.
Prince of Ulthuan.
Shouldn't be too hard.
I can speak. Pray tell. I think not.
Okay. You want to trade?
If you wish.
You want to trade? Now do you want to do an aggression pact?
Misguided.
Next turn. I wonder if these Tomb Kings will...
Bring me never Asaf dames that I parley with you. My consent.
Do you want to trade?
Yes.
Do you want to be allies? Not yet.
Guardian of the Phoenix Crown. Our journey is not over.
Mage.
Alright, so the question is what do I want to do here with Teclis? He's mustering, he's recruiting. So if I take this city... This isn't smart. I think that might be foolish. So instead, let's try to set an ambush for Bokwi.
starting my journey.
Teclis.
Laying in wait.
We're gonna see if we can pull this off. Oh, he's just gonna go to attack my settlement.
What do you want?
The dwarfs. I like the Dawi. They could be good allies here.
Blessing of Lilith on you, my kin. We have found many way fragments, but more are required. I sense that other powers maneuver to exploit the unbalanced magical energies that permeate the world. Let us act in all haste.
I'm not gonna get Illyrian Reavers for a while, so I might as well get this. This is decent. This is also good, I guess. Or Seaguard.
Master of the White Tower.
They're gonna lay siege to that. Alright.
My powers are yours. Elf one!
Alright. I'm gonna do this. This
Feel
might be
my
dumb.
power.
Alright, so we have Teclis, Swordmasters, 2 Spearmen, 5 Sea Guards, 3 Archers, and our Phoenix. They have a bunch, 2 Dark Shards. These are the garrison. Oh my god, Corsairs, which are no pushovers, that's for sure. Bleak swords are not heavily. Yes, so for my armor piercing units, I'm gonna want to go for these Black Arc Corsairs. So I'm gonna send the Swordmasters and the Phoenix after these guys. The Lothern Sea Guard and Spearmen should be able to take the rest.
My powers are needed here.
Oh, and it's this map. This map is so overused. This will probably be the last battle of this video. 22 is okay. I'm not gonna gamble with that. So they're probably gonna have units on both sides here. They're gonna be firing at me, so let's see.
Northern Sea Guard. Without fail. It will be done. Lothern Sea Guard.
These guys don't have shields, do they? I'm gonna get torn apart by the
Spearmen.
Well,
Without fail.
here's what I'm gonna do. These guys can deflect shots, so Spearmen and the Swordmasters. So I'm gonna have them going in the center.
Teclis!
Teclis, I want you to be.
None can comprehend my power!
As you say.
I'm gonna keep my archers in the
Orders
back.
received.
I think they outrange the Dark Shards, my archers.
Archers. It shall be done.
And the Sea Guard, I'm gonna have in a
Northern Sea Guard.
line here. Alright, so I'm gonna group these guys like this and start. They're all here.
Fear me!
So do I want to meet these guys head on? I think that's actually probably a good call.
Making my way!
We want to walk. We have the high ground here, so the closer they get to us, the better. Where are their Black Arc Corsairs? The Hambo Corsairs are in the front. These Dual Swords Corsairs are back here. So those I'll probably hit with the Phoenix, and these with the Swordmasters. I'm gonna have my soldiers halt as soon as these guys come into missile range, which should be pretty soon. Looks like they're gonna try to flank me. Alright, they can open fire. Turn off skirmish. Alright, and halt. Alright, so now my sea guards, I'm gonna have... Here come the Corsairs.
We will obey.
Do I want to... No, these guys are just getting demolished. I don't need to send anybody.
None can comprehend my power.
Alright, we're gonna open fire.
Death to all.
Alright, I want to get these Corsairs under wraps really quickly. So I'm gonna do an enfeebling foe on them. And a fireball should be pretty good against these guys. No, Teclis, why are you in melee range? Alright, Teclis, get back, get back, get back, get back. Oh no, my swordmasters are getting ripped apart. Why? Why is this happening? I'm gonna have them try to retreat.
We advance. Pull back.
The Corsairs are...
It shall be done. It shall be
I'm
done.
gonna have these guys switch to melee. Not you.
As you say. As you say.
Our archers should target their archers.
Orders received. For order.
I don't know why these guys went down here. That was really foolish. Step back a bit. Oh, okay.
Loven Seaguard.
You guys switch to melee and attack this Dreadlord.
Teclis.
And Teclis, debuff it.
Scython.
Hear me.
I'll just try this.
Hear my words.
Spearmen.
These spearmen are not doing well.
We advance.
Teclis.
Fireball these fools. So if it hits this time,
Hear me.
Asso, withdraw.
I guess it just didn't fire.
Charoy Lecky.
There we go. I don't know how much that actually did.
Understood.
Alright, Swordmasters.
Swiftly.
I'm gonna have my Swordmasters come back in
Onward. It shall be
and
done.
try to flank these Corsairs. This Dreadlord's winning.
Teclis.
I'm gonna get Teclis on him. Debuff once again.
Ahain Kadei.
Spearmen are rallying.
Spearmen.
I'm gonna send them against these Dark Shards.
Swordmaster of Hoeth.
Alright, the Swordmasters look like they're gonna be able to pull off this flank. Oh no, oh no. That's no good. Okay, good. The Dark Shards only fired on them once. Alright, so these Druki are...
Swordmaster of Hoeth.
For duty. Move. To battle.
Teclis. Hear my words.
Why are my Swordmasters losing?
No mercy.
Charoy Lecky.
There we go.
We will obey. Assa, advance.
Northern Seaguard.
What is Seaguard doing? They're in melee.
Understood. For Assyrian.
Acknowledged.
So in melee.
We will obey. Archers. Assa, attack. Odious Druki.
Loyal. Orders received.
Alright, it looks like we're gonna win this, but it was
Awaiting
Teclis is in
orders.
trouble.
Arhain Kadei!
Is fireballing this guy really wise? Well, I'm gonna enfeeble him.
Charoy Lecky!
Looks like the Blackheart Corsairs are back. And they're going after the Swordmasters. That's not good.
Pull back!
How's this Lord doing? It's
The
gonna
Widowmaker!
he's
Archers!
routing.
Sinner! Moving out! Death to all!
At once!
We are broken! I will not die!
It will be done.
Alright, victory. Push them around here. End here. It was a Pyrrhic victory. That wasn't too great on my part. Sea Guards are MVPs here, not the Swordmaster. The Lord did quite a number on me, actually.
Another victory.
I'm gonna
Victory has its
occupy
perks.
mostly for this unit replenishment.
I can feel the power.
The Dark Elves flee, my lord. Yet they will doubtless return in number. Be on your guard. Construct a waystone as soon as possible to begin collection of the fragments we seek. As you no doubt sense, the strength of the Vortex is fading further.
Alright, I'm gonna go with this. Wary. This guy's got a full army of skinks and he's heading to my capital. That's just not good.
We are ill at ease.
And I don't have a really great defense here. How am I gonna get out of this? We'll find out next time. Thanks for watching. Any suggestions, leave in the comments. And if you enjoyed this Let's Play, please subscribe and like.